welcome back to another episode of the F1 2025 Alternate Championship, and this is the Chinese Grand Prix edition. The question is, where are we racing? Now, China lacks generally racing circuits. There is one which I tried to install, the Zhuhai International Circuit, but couldn't make it happen. So instead, we are staying at Shanghai. However, Shanghai has alternate layouts, and today we are on the short version. Much like F1 2020, which had short layouts, there is a Shanghai short, and that's exactly where we are today. Now, if you haven't seen episode 1 or round 1 for the Australian Grand Prix at Bathurst Mount Panorama, go check it out, guys, on screen now. It was an excellent video, excellent race, really enjoyed that one. Also, the edit was awesome, really turned out nice. So guys, check it out if you haven't done so. Either way, for this one, we're going to run you through the grid for the start of the race. Now, once again, we've randomized everything. So we've got Russell on pole with Jack Doohan on the front row. Then it's Albon and Antonelli with Piastri, who of course won in Bathurst, P5 ahead of Hadjar. And then Sainz is P7 with Ocon P8. So both Williams in the top 7. Then Lando Norris and Hulkenberg round out the top 10. Ollie Behrman up in P11 alongside Tsunoda. Then we've got Hamilton and Alonso on row 7, which is bonkers, followed by Verstappen as well, who's alongside Gasly, and then Bortoleto, Stroll, Lawson, Leclerc at the back, and we are just behind in P21. Anyway, that's the grid. We're now going to get into the race. Now, for this one, it's the exact same format as Australia and the other rounds. Essentially, sprint race format, 33% race distance, which around this track equates to 38 laps. So here we go then, underway for the Chinese Grand Prix, and we already get off to a good launch. Around the outside, picking up a few positions. Now, I'll let you guys figure out the layout on your own. I'm not going to show you any major spoilers. Some of you may have seen it already as we just nudged the back of Alonso there. But look at this. Out of turn, technically turn 3, we go straight on into a chicane and we join up back onto the main racetrack at turn 7, which feeds into turn 8. But again, we go straight on once more, and now we get to it. If there was ever a Mickey Mouse chicane, this is it. It's the car park chicane, I'm going to call it, because we are literally coasting, but that is a lap of the Shanghai short circuit. Literally 48 seconds George Russell up front from a standing start. So let's see what we do now on this lap at full pelt. Now, interestingly, tyres stone cold. It's going to be really hard to get temperature here because we're going quite slow, average speed. So we've got to try and sort that out. You can see our tyres are hot but cold at the same time on the left front. So I've got a lot of understeer, which makes it quite interesting. I've gone for the C4 tyre for this one. I've gone a step softer than the last episode. I wanted to see if I could use maybe a softer compound. We didn't really have tyre wear trouble in Australia, and this is a particularly slow short lap. So let's see, over the line, everyone fairly similar in the mid 46s. So this is going to be, yes, a 38 lap race, but it's going to be over in a flash. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be quite chaotic. At the minute, overtaking will be a massive challenge. Again, this series isn't to see what is better for overtaking. It's just to throw a lot of random elements together and see how things turn out. And as I mentioned in round 1, some tracks, or some countries should I say, will have multiple racetracks. This isn't one of them. There is one other racetrack for China, which is the Zhuhai International Circuit, which I did try, but unfortunately the AI were very far from cooperating, so that was not going to happen. So I thought, you know what, what's the next best thing? Shanghai's got many alternate layouts, and paying tribute to F1 2020 to some extent with the short layouts. As we got the inside here of Leclerc, still feel like I've got no front grip. Around the outside of turn 2, we can open this up now because it's more of a regular corner. Leclerc holds on though, so not quite able to make the pass. Going to see if I can try for a move here though. Up the inside, Leclerc's in a bit wide. We've got the line. Now we can use the battery briefly here on this little short straight. Into the chicane we go, too wide. This is going to be interesting. I'm leaving plenty of space, but we squirt the throttle on Whoa! The little crossover there, there's no grip, but we're going to get Leclerc here using all our battery. And finally, we've made an overtake on lap 5, but oh my god, I've got so much front understeer through there, just struggling to get the front to work. I think it's just overheating like crazy, that's all I can think. Which is interesting, I should have maybe stuck with the slower, harder compound. Anyway, purple sector 1, getting stuck in here. Hulkenberg is next. Now the race is starting to open up a little bit, the track's starting to also open up a little bit. So hopefully we'll start to make some inroads, and Hulkenberg's made a mistake. He's corrected it well, but we're setting up a bit of a switchback. Oh my god, there's no grip on that rejoin. Luckily Hulkenberg had a moment, like myself. Up the inside. Not a lot of grip, but we're just going to keep it tight all the way through, and we should be able to get our car in front. Finally, P12. Right, come on then. Let's keep at it. Long race, but short race at the same time. Very interesting dynamic. Oh, nice exit there. The last corner definitely seems to be the AI's weakness. Other than that, they're actually pretty decent around here. We go purple on that lap. Behrman, though, just goes around the outside to try and hang on to it. I've got so much understeer, I just don't trust the left front one bit around here. Behrman holds on, fair enough. I was also going to mention, I believe part of this track is used for Formula E, or at least there is a Formula E layout variant of this as well, which runs down to turn 5 out of turn 2, keeping the F1 layout. But this part here, I believe, is part of the Formula E variant, which I didn't even know Formula E race here, to be fair. So that's crazy in itself. So we are kind of, you know, having a bit of worlds collide moment in this. Right, come on then, let's try and get Behrman. We failed last lap, we'll try again. Nice run. Whoa, Behrman moves right across there. Luckily this time we got on the grass but don't spin like in Bathurst, which was deadly, but that was still a bit of a moment. That was a good run though out the last corner. This time we're going to get him. We're going to go to the left side, try and get a distant slipstream from Norris, and we're through. Cut across to confirm that overtake, and we're now P11. Right, let's try and get Norris. We've got to use this turn 2 or turn 3 technically speaking, because we can lean on the right front a little bit. Reckon we can also do quite well for that chicane in some clean air. Let's try and get Norris here. Set him up. Good run. Don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to back out of this one. No interest going around the outside there. Just going to set up this move. Last corner. Lando. Oh, just get given barely enough space. We're going to try and commit to this move anyway on the outside. Lando's still there. I can't quite commit. Leaving space, although he's not there anymore, but I've got so much understeer. I can't make it back to the track in time. But we're P10 now, as Behrman passes Norris as well. So we're into the points. So one at a time, they will all fall. Russell leads the way, 10 seconds up the road. I think we'll be in the fight for a podium today. Wow, 45.7. That's quick. Just about a second quicker than anybody else, which is a lot around a 45-second layout. Oh my god, I feel like one of these laps I'm going to go a bit too quick here. I'm going to go straight on at turn 1 into the grass. The front left is just constantly overheating. Tyre wear looks okay, it looks healthy enough, but the temperatures are just not getting down at all. Hello, good chance here. I feel like third gear works quite well for the last corner, just to get the run into turn 1. Snowder's on that C5 compound. I'm keeping it tight, don't want to wash wide. We'll try and go around the outside of turn 3, but I don't quite have the grip that AI do. Like Sonoda there at turn 1, I've run that in a bit wide. Have to pull that back up on the left front, just overheating, understeering. We might get him here though, that's a good exit out of 7. Was going to have a look at the outside there, but Sonoda defended it well, but he's well out of line here. We're going to try and race him. Oh my god, I just got blocked off. It's almost like they just throw their car into your path and then, you know, let you sort it out. Try and get around them. So now they're defending the inside. We're going to try and have a look again. I just don't have the grip. But it's literally like they just throw their car in the way and then just let you sort it out. Basically, you know, if you don't get it sorted out, there's going to be a crash. But they'll just kind of throw their car with a half drift and then just let you deal with it. Let's see, we might get Tsunoda here, though. We're pretty close through this one. Got the exit. Yep, there we go. Tsunoda's in a bit wide. Oh my god, Tsunoda's managed to outbrake me. I'm going to have to just yield on that one. Take a short shift. Tsunoda's doing that drift again. We'll get him this time. There it is. Come on. Finally forced him into a big enough mistake that we can go by. Engine mode really isn't a factor here. Oh no, I'm doing it. I've done it. I said I was going to do this at one point. The front left just overheats. Oh, good save. But we've lost a few positions. 3 to be fair. Norris, Behrman, Tsunoda to be exact. So we need to get back through. We'll try and get Norris right away. I'm going to wait. I want the inside line. Oh my god, Norris with a defensive move there. Never mind. Come on. There it is, there it is. Come on, let's go. Behrman looking at Tsunoda. Let's try and get involved and get back to P9. It's a good enough exit that I can get alongside Behrman here. But can I just hang on to it on the inside line? Again, I don't want to get that understeer. Behrman's still there. On the outside of turn 2 this time. Oh, not quite. Behrman just cuts across me there into the chicane. Slight contact. Had to yield. I'm going to try and see if I can get a better line through there. There we go. Aggressive from me that time. Getting stuck in. Oh, Yuki with a big slide there. That was a big mistake. Come on. Through we go. This time we've got it. Let's just not run wide. Well, that was a massive error from Tsunoda there. I've done it again. No, hold on to it. There we go. Thought I was going in deep there. Got a bit overconfident. Right, let's go. Come on. There we go. Fastest lap of the race. This is now an important overtake as we reach pretty much half race distance. Piastri, of course, won his home race in Australia at Bathurst, so he's the championship leader. So if we can claw back a few points on him today, that would be huge. So let's see. I'm going to try and set one up here. I feel like I haven't had a chance to go flat through that chicane yet, or just really, you know, throw the car in basically and try and go through there full speed. But this is the move of the day. That's the one I'm liking right now. Just letting the car roll on the outside. I seem to go in a bit hot at the first part of that corner, so we kind of sacrificed that for the better exit, and we just walk past Piastri, and now we're going to get signs as well. We're going to go 2 for 1 here. I'm going to go left to get the better line for turn 1, and now we're starting to make progress. Sainz had a brief look there at the inside. I almost had to get right out of that as the radar went yellow, but luckily he backed out of it. Now Ocon is next. Get these 3 and suddenly we've got a nice bit of clear track, and also we'd be in the top 4 with still half a race to go. The win could be on. The win could be on. Ooh, okay, interesting. Ocon defends. Try and have a look to get underneath maybe. Taking a very wide line there, Ocon. I was waiting for him to turn in, but never really did at any point. Oof, almost tagged his right rear there. These cars go around so easily through the chicane. I'm going to try an outside move here. Do I have the grip? Oh, yes, we do. Straight through. Lovely stuff. Right. Hajar, Antonelli, the 2 rookies. Hajar's slow off the corner. We'll pick that one up. Easy, easy work. It's actually the 3 rookies, Hajar, Antonelli, and also Doohan, up in P3 on for a podium right now. Let's try and get Antonelli swiftly here, and then we can drive into some clean air and see what sort of pace we have. through the chicane. Oh, I just had to wait there a little bit. Slicing, dicing, trying to force the rookie into an error, but he's having none of it. He should make one here though. Oh, so have I though. Got the throttle on a bit too early. Still going to go for it though. Antonelli moving us over there, trying to give us a pinch. Oh, understeer. Almost went into his right rear. Antonelli's off wide on the grass. I think he's gone off. So we do force him into a mistake. I think everyone is struggling with that left front around here. Either way, that's P4 now, so we can race after a podium and get our first points of the season after firing a blank in Bathurst. And this time, hopefully, let's not make any mistakes and let's not bin it or throw it away. We've got the pace around it, and we've still got time to potentially even win this. Interestingly, that wasn't a purple lap. I have looked though, my tyres, my left front is actually beyond half of its life, so we might be running into some tyre trouble at the end. I wonder if the AI will also have the same issue. Oh my god. No, no, no. The one lap I take a little bit too much curb and we spin it. Luckily that was a very efficient spin as far as spins go. Only lost 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds, so that was a good recovery. I've been avoiding that inside curb all race, partly because I keep understeering wide, but note to self, do not even think about actually attacking that curb because it's a bit raised and unsettles the car. So we'll just stick with the understeer overheating left front line, which indirectly was actually helping us. There we go, good response. I've upped the engine mode a little bit, so not that it's going to gain us a ton, there's no straights, but it's a marginal improvement, put it that way. Back to back into the 44s. I was going to say the 144s, but there is no one, it's just 44s. We're squeezing everything out of these now. Tyres are really starting to run out of grip in the bottom left. I fear we're going to hit the cliff. It's going to be really close, but I can see cars. I can see P2. Just caught a glimpse of P1 actually. There they are. There's the 3 of them. We can win this. 10 laps to go. No reason why not. Right, I'm going to go up to high on the MG UK. I've read some of the comments and I've just remembered now. I am pre-recording this, so I'm away this weekend, but I have seen a few comments already. Some of you guys stating that I do it instinctively. I should not use the overtake override because the AI don't use it. That I should just basically, use the battery modes, but no actual battery override myself. So it's something I need to get into the habit of doing, to not use the button. Or I might just unmap it and bear that in mind for future rounds. Either way, without the override, we're still quick around it. And we're here for the battle. It's Russell, Albon and myself for the win. And we are arriving at the party. Both Russell and Albon are on C5s, and I feel like if we're struggling and we're potentially hitting the cliff, those two are going to be struggling even more. Got yellow, but that's Piastri. Oh my god, Piastri's out of the race. As we get a run on Albon here, we've gone green, so it's fair game to race. And we got the inside into turn 2, turn 3, around the outside. Still can't quite get a move there as we head through the chicane. These two, I think have hit the cliff. They're really slow now. Those C5s are dying. Good run. We've got Albon here. Do I dare? No, I don't dare. It's impossible. It's just impossible to go too wide with these massive behemoth F1 cars through there. But Albon's got that in horribly at the last corner. Well out of shape. And that's an easy one for P2. Only George remains between us and our first win of the season, which would get us right back in the mix now that Oscar's DNF'd. So critical now that we overtake George and win this race. So here we go. I'm going to make this happen right here. Whoa, right. Up and close and personal there with George through the chicane. Yeah, open it up a little bit. Come on. Going to get in front of him. getting my car in the way, just blocking the inside line, and that is P1, and the race lead on lap 31, on to lap 32 now, and we're clear, absolutely clear. Huge. I did have a little look, and I couldn't see how to get all the AI on the same tyres, so if anybody does know, in the comments, let me know on the car files how to override to get all the cars to have the same compound. But other than that, we do have all the same fuel, starting fuel for this one, so everything is equal. Oh, don't believe it. And that's why you don't use the manual override on the battery. I think Russell actually slowed down there quite a bit. Wasn't too sure maybe where I was going to be, so we've been let off the hook lightly. I'm a little bit concerned about the left front. Like, genuinely, we've got a couple laps to go here, and oh, Russell's got that in well over. I think he might have hit the cliff. That looks horrible in terms of tyres. I was going to say, my left front, I think we're going to hit the cliff, and oh my god, look at that, the AI are in. AI are in, and there's wets going on. There's a few droplets on my screen. Is it starting to rain? I didn't even know I had dynamic weather on a Assetto Corsa. I think it's starting to rain. I mean, I'm going to see this out because it feels okay on these tyres, but they are going for wets. Got a yellow flag here. What is going on? My gut feeling is I think they've hit the cliff. Those who are on the C5s have run out of tyres. Sainz is out of the race. Alonso's out of the race. Look at this. They're all fighting to get into the pit lane, so there must have been a kerfuffle or something gone on. Everyone's just out. Either way, that's going to make it easy for us. Oh my god, what has happened here? Okay, the pit lane has a car park. The AI have completely broken themselves. No one's on track. Everyone is just stuck in the pit lane. Hulkenberg's up to second place. Russell now P3. I think now they're starting to sort themselves out. But we're just cruising now. Oh my god, it's gone absolutely bonkers at the end. Okay, the AI are back on track, I think, or some of them are. Personal best from Hulkenberg and Russell. Well, they're into the 46s, so fresh tyres helping them out. So I think they must have just hit the cliff. I mean, my front left is about to go, but I'm just cruising around the track. I'm in no hurry. Fuel's going to be fine. We've managed that well. But yeah, there's still cars out there, which is good. So I think some must have stacked in the pit entry. Again, unorthodox entry, right, on this different layout. So to be expected, but wow, there we go. Last corner, and we win. First race win of the season. Wowza. Whew. So interestingly, that end race chaos has really shuffled the deck and made things quite interesting. Now, we've picked up the win. Hulkenberg is second, so he finally gets his first F1 podium in crazy circumstances. Russell holds on to third, even with all that chaos going on, which I haven't even seen yet, by the way. I'm willing, waiting, and wanting to see the replay after this to see exactly what the hell happened. But that's your top three. The Leclerc P4 from, again, last row on the grid alongside us. Bortoleto P5, both Saubers in the top five. Gasly, Hamilton, Behrman, Ocon, Hadjar are your top 10 and your point scorers today. So that's huge. So we're going to update the standings for the first time and run you through them. Now then, here we have the standings after 2 rounds. So round 1 Australia, round 2 China. You can see Piastri and myself equal on points, 25 apiece, first and second in the Drivers' Championship. Alonso third ahead of Hulkenberg, who's up in P4, and Charles Leclerc and Hamilton 5th and 6th. Then it's Verstappen, Russell, Albon and Bortoleto into the top 10. In the Constructors, the big standout here is Kik Sauber, second place in this kind of alternate championship. And yeah, generally speaking, quite fun. Only 2 rounds in, a lot can happen. Plenty of random circuits yet to be raced, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of twists and turns along the way. Either way, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Honestly, it's a shame that happened at the end. There's going to be elements of that with Assetto Corsa. I thought everything was working fine, but clearly, due to multiple reasons, possible bit of rain showers triggered them to go for the wets, / potentially those on C5s who hit the cliff on the left front felt the need to pit. That's my guess. Forced that kind of, pit dash, and someone there must have mucked up the entry. Either way, it is what it is. Still really enjoyed it, and we go again next time, guys, in round 3. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Down below, I'm going to leave all the mods for the car and the track, so go check those out. As always, a massive shout out to my members. Check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys in my next one very soon. Ciao.